What's up, everybody? Welcome to the top of the $1,000,000 spot. What's that? What's that? We back at it again. We move on. Let's go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Share it. Hit the notification bell for whenever y'all want to know when I'm on live again. And also, if y'all feeling the holiday spirit, go ahead and donate your boy. Drop the boy a little donation if you don't mind. Drop it for the show. So, all right. All right. Ooh, I got a lot to talk about and a little time. I don't really have a little time to say. I have a lot to talk about. I hope people come into this one. If you know anybody who want to talk about toxic relationships, well, we can go ahead on and discuss this. Like I said, my platform here is about discussions and trying to find answers to the problems. Because debate don't do anything but just leave stuff open. What I mean by that, you debate this, somebody debate that, and at the end of the day, you still haven't come up with an answer because everybody going back with their whatever they rebuttal is to the other, and the other rebuttal is to whatever the topic was. All right, my stuff is about discussion. Let's discuss this and find an answer because everything is about everything today. Look like people don't want to find answers to. We just want to keep questioning and keep talking the same problems over and over again. My stuff is about discussions. Let's find an answer. Right? All right. So let's get on with it. Today's topic is toxic relationships and mental disorders, which go hand in hand. It really does because a lot of people in toxic relationships have some kind of mental disorder or either have some kind of mental disorder or developing one of the two. Because honestly, toxic relationship. Let's talk about this. No, I'm not saying I know everything. No, I'm not saying that before anybody say, "Well, what makes you know everything?" You didn't go to school for this, or whatever it may be. Just go through experience, and because you don't have to go to school to know general basic stuff that you see in everyday life. All you have to do is be experienced and do it enough, and trust me, you'll become an expert at it. I mean, you're perfect, but you're an expert. You know a lot of things about that because you've been doing it for a while. Just like somebody say, he didn't go to school for the stocks to be in the stocks and know the stocks, but I did it enough where I could see what's going on. You see what I'm saying? So I got a lot of knowledge up in that. So, first of all, let's talk about toxic relationships. What I've seen what make relationship toxic that people don't communicate at the beginning. People just they meet, talk, fuck, and then get caught up. You didn't ask the person about nothing about them. You didn't vet the person out. You didn't see how their family was. You didn't see how they react with their family. You didn't see what type of things they do, how they react to certain things. They say about certain things, what they think about certain things. Nothing. We just get into relationships because based on emotions or like guys, we get into a relationship with females saying that, oh, she fine, she look good, she a dime, and everything like that. We're very visual, not knowing that didn't actually about our past relationships, if ever, because like I said in a free game Friday for the fellas, which I owe y'all one. If it's always somebody else's fault and she did nothing wrong, you didn't even check for that. And ladies, now I try to get red flags on Wednesday, and I'm calling out because it's my stuff. But when I was trying to give out red flags to help the females out, the two ladies were here was, oh, you're wrong, trying to debate, which is supposed to be a discussion. So if, for instance, a guy's still living home with his mom after 25 years old, that's a red flag. See what I'm saying? Men, fellas, if if it's always somebody else's fault in all the past relationships she had, that's a red flag. I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying red flags are, that's it. That's no, leave them alone. I'm not, that's something that you need to look into. So toxic relationships are always at the beginning. It's always signs. I don't know why people say, "What like that in the beginning?" Yes, it was. You just didn't either see it or you just didn't want to see. You just dismiss it. All right. So we never ask questions in the beginning. That's one thing that causes toxic relationships. We never ask questions in the beginning. We just, like I said, we meet, fuck, talk. We meet, talk, fuck, get caught up, and we just float into the relationship. Nobody say what somebody want. This is what I want in a relationship. This is what I don't want. This is my boundaries. This is whatever it is. You gotta set boundaries on what you gotta set boundaries, and you gotta let people know up front what it is that you're looking for, what it is you want. All this little playing games and mind reading, well, you should know, and all this here, that's toxic. That's not, people are not mind readers. You see what I'm saying? You got to know everything you get into when you want to get in a relationship. You got to know what this person wants, if this person going with this person, if they're going to go with what you looking for. You know, if y'all compatible together. That's why you ask them questions. People like to talk. People don't like to ask questions. Oh, too many questions. You might want to ask questions. And what I always say was one of my, I made two things about it. I made two parts on it. Two things. Demons do not like questions. So if nobody don't like to answer questions, that's a red flag right in itself. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, all the red flags are there. But we just, like my phone messed up. We just not accepting to deal with the red flags. You see what I'm saying? We just based off of feelings or based off of physical appearance. Tell we missing the red flags right there in front of us. The red flags are there. The red flags, like I said, are the biggest part of toxic relationships. That's your answer right there. When toxic relationships come, that's where it come from, not the person at the beginning. And also we had two young ladies on here. I don't know if both of them agreed, and one of them said, and I heard plenty of people say this. You have to argue in relationships. I'm not talking about an argument bringing to a debate. I'm talking about heated arguments. Heated arguments. No way, shape, form, or fashion. Two adults should be screaming and yelling at the top of their voice at each other. No way, shape, form, or fashion. None. You gotta go through a relationship like that. That's toxic. Somebody need to walk. You discuss that in the beginning, and if they do it later on in there, you have to walk. They went against what you wasn't having in that relationship. Somebody start yelling, y'all fighting all the time, fussing all the time. That's toxic. I don't care what nobody say. People say relationships are hard. No, they're not. Like I always say, life is hard. No. They say life is hard. They say life is not fair. They say relationships are hard. No. People make it. Oh, however you want to do it. However, whatever situation is hard, people make it that way. So don't blame it on everything else. It's people. You got to come argue with me. Talk about, arguments. After a good argument, that's some good makeup sex. And I'm not playing them games, and you shouldn't either. Whoever you shouldn't either. Argue just to have good sex? What the hell? Shit, you want to bring that all the time. Shit, what's good sex to you? She want role play? How you want role play? Role play. I make it good as you want. I ain't about to argue. Get toxic and just to have good sex? That's bullshit. That's bullshit. It is. And a lot of people also, a lot of toxic relationships come from those individuals who've been around toxic relationships all their lives. And that's all you see, and you think that's the way it's supposed to go. But what? That's not the way it's supposed to be. So why don't we try something different? Instead of going the way the traditional way, let's try this. Let people out before you get into something deep. Instead of just getting caught up in the feelings. I'm not saying you actually have to do this, but I'm just getting a cat. You see what I'm saying? Simple as that. I mean, we've been doing relationships for man, years, decades, centuries. And we've been doing the same thing and still getting the same results. What does that mean? I mean, thinking we get different results, but doing the same thing. What's that called? Insanity. Relationships are a part of insanity for real. We do the same stuff and get the same results, but expecting different results. You're expecting different results. Even myself, I hold myself accountable to that too. But now I'm learning. I'm looking at other ways and stuff like that, and I'm putting it out here. So it's up to everybody else who I want to follow that blueprint. And no relationship should be all that heated arguments and all that. It shouldn't be that way. That's toxic. Somebody somewhere is mental. You know what I'm saying? One of my exes, all she want to do is just argue. I don't have time for that. You argue with your husband over that. You and him make a good couple. Y'all argue. I'm not trying to argue with nobody. The thing about it is, as the man, we're supposed to be a leader. How will I lead as a man arguing with you as a woman? Just like I told my ex, you with all this starting these stupid arguments, make the environment unsettled, unstable, make the environment unstable, make the environment not right. So how you expect a man to do this thing? And you keep on trying to sabotage the relationship by throwing texts in the road, and we're going on a journey. We throw texts in the road, all this toxic stuff. Not to stop and tell you, which is wasting time. And toxic people in toxic relationship waste time. Man or woman, I don't care who it is. I'm not talking specifically about one gender because both genders do this. And I don't like to waste time. If I'm gonna waste time, let me waste my own time. I don't need nobody to waste it for me. You don't need nobody to waste your time for you. People have been in 20-year relationship, 10-year, 20-year, 30-year relationship, full of toxicity. You don't waste waste decades of your life stuck with a toxic and inside a toxic relationship. And people just think that's normal. Now I heard people say good relationships, you have to argue in like heated arguments and stuff in relationships. No, that's toxic. That's toxic. You gotta get up out of there. That's a mental disorder. If somebody just want to argue all the time, they got a mental disorder. Either that's just the way they are, or they up to something. One of the two. If and we done all been through this and seen it before. When people argue with somebody just to get out of the house to go cheat, or just to go get out and mess with something else, so it's reasons why people either they're mental or they're up to something. Always arguing, always can't never have a good. Anytime somebody is in the house and it's quiet, and another person just don't like that quietness and gotta keep it, gotta kick the red and power. You know that analogy I gave with the red ant power. You gotta kick the red ant power to keep all that chaos and confusion. But somebody always kicking the red ant power when it's quiet, that's toxic. You might want to, you do what you want. That might be a good sign that you might recalculate that relationship, reconsider that relationship. Toxic relationships are killing this country. toxic relationship or causing people to delete themselves and get more mental or either mentally ill or they'll make it worse. Just like this guy, I heard something about, and I'll do something on that later on once I get the full results of that, the full details about it. Well, this guy, he knocked off himself, his girlfriend, and his wife. Whoa, that's woo, that's and people say, well, you got no business doing it either. Ain't nothing gonna make you do that. I don't know what people don't understand mental illness. Mental illness, you never say what you never will do. Never say what you never will do. When it comes to mental illness, you never know what you're gonna do. Well, I know me more than I know me. No, you don't. You don't know you if you say you would never do something that somebody else did in a mental state of mind. When them chemicals get unbalanced and that brain stuff, you got a mental illness, you never know what you're gonna do. You never know when you're gonna stop. You never know what's gonna push you to that limit to do what you say you're not gonna do. Mental illness is real, y'all. It's real for this man to knock off himself and two other people. There's something going on up there. There's something seriously going on. Because who in their right mind would do something like that? It take a lot to do something like that. Some drugs don't even make you do stuff like that. What happened to make him do that, to make him snap like that and do that? I'm not saying it's right. It's not right to knock off nobody. But when the mind get messed up and you have chemical imbalance or you got a mental illness, something cause that mental illness, you never know what a person will do. Just like women with postpartum depression. That's real. Postpartum depression made this girl drown 5 of her kids. 5. Ain't nobody in their right mind gonna take the time to drown 5 kids. And y'all don't believe mental illness is real? So you got somebody deleted himself, his ex and his wife, and you got a lady who's drowned. I can come up with many more, but these are like the most recent and the most, if not the most recent. You have one of the most storied postpartum depression case there is. You took your time to drown 5 kids. That's sick. That's, and not sick meaning, but that's a mental illness. To delete yourself, your ex, and your current wife, that's a mental illness. And instead of America put money toward mental illness to see where it comes from and see how we can treat that, they'd rather spend money on war machines and pocket a lot of the money, whatever else they're doing. That's a podcast for another time. Mental illness is real, y'all. And the more we have mental illness and not getting that taken care of, the more toxic relationships we have. And relationships don't mean nothing about just intimate relationships. Yeah, friendship relationships toxic. Family relationships, business relationships, all kind of relationships are toxic. It's not intimate. Because there are some people in friendships just want you to listen to what they say, but anything you say don't matter, or they're gonna try and put a label to it just to shut you up. You see what I'm saying? We done all dealt with people like that. They can say what they want to say, but you can't say what you want to say, because they're not trying to listen to you. They just want to hear themselves talk. They just want to, and then they'll come back with something. You think you know everything. You're always right. Sometimes they'll say, it's not about being right all the time. Why is not? Wouldn't you rather do something wrong or just say something based off emotional feelings that's not even close to right because it's the way you feel. I want to know the right thing. I don't know about y'all. I want to know the right thing. I don't know the right way. Sometimes, most of the time, it is about being right. Why would you want somebody who you're in a good relationship with, whether it's friends, intimate business, or whatever, what have you, go around saying the wrong stuff based on how they feel? Me personally, and this is just me personally, when it comes to facts, when it comes to logic, I don't care about people's feelings and emotions. I don't care about their opinions when it comes to real stuff, when it comes to factual stuff. But I do care about feelings. People are feelings. I care about people's feelings, and I'm very empathetic with them when they lose a loved one or they hurt themselves. When they kind of pain like that, yes, I'll be there for you. You can always have my shoulder to lean on, to cry on, talk to. I'm gonna be there. But when it comes to your feelings about the way stuff is made, the way stuff is, the way life is, the way things happen, I don't care about your feelings when it comes to facts. And that's just me. You do what you want. I'm not gonna sit around here and lie to myself just to make myself feel good, then to face the hard truth. I'm not gonna do it. And that's just me. People do what they want. It look like the world is based off of look like lying and making people look like the feel good lie is the new truth today. Just to counter people's feelings and emotional based on how they feel. We would just tell them a good lie, tell them a feel good lie, just to make them feel good. Versus telling them the truth. The truth might hurt for a little while. At least you know. You'll basically get over that truth and get over that hurt from the truth. But at least you know the truth. And basically the truth is stuff you don't want to hear. But people not agreeing with you with. 9 times out of 10, that's the truth. So that's pretty much it from the top of the $1 million spot. I just want to drop this in there. Mental Monday, toxic relationships and mental illness. Yo, that stuff is real. Like I said, I'm gonna just end it like this. You see, first of all, before you get in a relationship, question people, talk to people, vet them out. Don't let your feelings take control of this because your heart don't mean nothing if it's broke. Your feelings don't mean nothing if they hurt. So that's what I say. Ask questions, check them out, and take it from there. See red flags, you better address them red flags and check them out. Because if not, you'll be in another toxic relationship. And some people see the red flags and think they can change people. You can't change nobody. You can't make nobody do what you want them to. Either they're with you or they're not. The choice is theirs, and they don't be with you. Move on to the next person. You can't mold nobody on who you want them to be, but make nobody do what you say do. Man, you can't control women and make them do this and tell them be a housewife and all this and make them a housewife. Can't do that. Women, you can't make the man choose you over all these other women and agree with you everything you say. You get mad with him, you kick him out. You can't make nobody do nothing. So that's just my deal on toxic relationships and mental illness. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, donate to the channel if y'all feeling giving on the holidays, for the Christmas holidays coming up. Make sure you hit the notification bell. And y'all have a good one from the top of the $1 million spot, and I'll holler at y'all next time.